Well, hello everyone on this Freaky Friday from Harley and myself. And I'm going to get rid of Harley now. Oh. My wife has gone out and left Harley here, and Harley's always a problem. It's a Freaky Friday, and I want to update you on what's going on very quickly after that little interlude. Harley, sit down. Sorry about that. So let's have a look at what's going on. Big sell-off on Bitcoin, Ethereum, not so much, and a little bit on XRP yesterday. After the US said that they won't be buying any Bitcoin for the Treasury Reserve, rather using stuff that they've got already, and also the PPI number came in super hot. And that upset all the markets. We'll have a look at some of the other ones, not as much as it did on crypto, funnily enough. Crypto was the hardest hit, and particularly Bitcoin, which has fallen back to the point of control. Now, we took another long position here. I did this live on Olive Prime TV yesterday. Right at this point of control. So I've added a little bit more there. We're trying to catch this froth at the top here. Target 135, 131, 136, up into these regions. I'm not going to elaborate on all of this now. It's a quick Friday update like I did yesterday's video, and we'll just doodle along very quickly for the next 5 minutes. Now on currencies, I feel like the dollar might be trying to form a base here. We'll find out today, I guess. We've got these rising higher highs, and we've fallen back into the support level. And overall, it looks like we've run out of downward momentum after a good run, a decent run down, forming this basing zigzag at the bottom. I think we could get back up to the 200 period moving average at least. And maybe the dollar's got legs for even further. So with that in mind, and that's a change of view, I've gone short on the pound. This is a small position, and it's an entry level position. We've come up to the underside of the trend line. If you remember, we were long from the bottom over here. And we got out at the top. And yesterday I sold the pound under the trend line at the top of the order block and this double top. We have a little bit of a reversal candle here, almost a dark cloud cover candle, but not really. Possibly, actually. We did close more than halfway down through the body of that candle. So we'll find out soon enough. I've also got a short on the euro yen. These are the only two currency positions currently currencies. All right, I'm being silly. It is a Friday, and I've had very little sleep. Been trading crypto all night for days now. Anyway, we're short on the euro-yen, looking for this to move down. Lots of support to get through. Lots of traffic. You'll notice a couple of new indicators I've got at the bottom of my charts here, which I'll describe to you in another video. But they're different RSIs, different time periods, and you can use the two RSI structure to time your trades a bit better. I'll talk about that in another video. I'm also thinking of going long on the dollar Swissy. We'll have a look at that in line with perhaps a change in sentiment for the dollar towards dollar strength rather than currently up until now dollar weakness. Let's quickly have a look at the stocks page. We're still long on the S&P, long on several names down here, still short on Nvidia. My general thesis remains unchanged, and that the S&P will follow this sort of path. And so far, so good. We're a little late on the move up, but that's okay. I'll adjust my green arrow if I need to. But the top of the megaphone is the target, and then the bottom of the megaphone, close to the 200 period moving average and all the order volume down there. The other indices should follow suit along with the S&P. And in fact, the US30 has almost front-runned that move. I'm not sure if we've made an all-time high. I think we have. So that's moving on upwards, and the next stop really is the top Bollinger Band all the way up here at 46,900, and I imagine now that I'll start drawing in some Fibonacci extensions to identify key resistance levels. I'm not saying I want to go short on this one, but at some point in the future I may or probably will want to. Let's go across to energies. We're still long on natural gas. Not much to say about this really. I'm getting a little bit of flack on X on Twitter. I don't know why. People are saying I couldn't possibly have got that price, and what about contango? What about the holding costs, the rollover, nightly costs, and so on, holding the hedges? I'm trading the futures, folks, as you can see, NGAS.F. There are no overnight carry costs and no overnight rolling fees, so it doesn't cost me anything. Further to that, I publish these trade entries very, very specifically on X, and they're still there, in fact. I haven't removed them. So targets for natural gas back to the top of the order block, the 200 period moving average here on the 4-hour chart, and a closure above 320 to 325 will encourage me to put another long tranche onto this trade. In other words, add it to the existing long position. I'm also short on WTI oil. Just took that trade this morning, ready for the next leg down. You can see my last entry there. That was just a couple of hours ago. Looking for this to move down. Next target, 55, that double bottom. And then $50, and then the bottom of this channel eventually. It's a messy old instrument, so don't expect any clear runs down to the bottom of the channel, although that does happen from time to time, as you can see. So long on natural gas, short on WTI oil. And while we're on this page, I'm looking for dips on URA and UEC to get long again. We're now out of these trades. We got long at the bottom, out of the top about a week ago now. I'm looking for URA to pull back down into some of these levels, at least down to here, probably down to $30 and that gap and the 200 period moving average. And I'm now also out of the UEC long trade just a couple of days ago, and I'll be looking to buy dips on this one too. Switching back to this chart, I neglected to talk about gold and silver and copper. We're still long on gold, holding up okay so far. I think this week we'll probably decide today's a good day for this to make a decision. We're also long on silver. I know a lot of people are short on these instruments, but we'll see how we go. I'm generally bullish overall on metals and just wondering whether we're going to get a pullback or not. As you might know, I've had these ideas in mind for some time. So far, we've just had a pullback in time and not a pullback in price. So maybe we won't get it. And we are holding the point of control. We are below the 20 and the 50 period moving averages fractionally, which is a slight concern. We're also long on silver, as I said, and then we're also long on copper. Copper, I think, may have to just plunge down one more time, down to the next trend line, potentially. You can see we're trying to hold the top trend line. There's a low one down there. Overall, I'm pretty bullish on copper. Again, like the other metals, are we going to just sort of hold here? After that big correction down to the trend lines, after the tariff rally and then the collapse, and I'm wondering if we can hold here. More than wondering, I'm betting on it because I've got some money on that trade. So just to reiterate, I added more longs to BTC above the 20-day moving average and the point of control over there. I also bought more Ethereum at the 20-day moving average after the breakout through the top. But I have not added more XRP. Right, and a quick sweep of softs and grains. We're still long on sugar, still looking to get short on cocoa, up at the top of the green arrow. We're still short on coffee, looking to add at the channel center line. We're long on soya, as you can see from the green arrow. Thank you, Donald. We're still lit on lithium. As I said yesterday, this is a bit of an island formation. We don't want a gap down and an island reversal. We have a good profit on that one too. And we are still long on corn and wheat. I said yesterday that these were laggards, and they are, but we are still holding there on wheat. Check out yesterday's video if you want some more gen on that. And then corn, the same sort of thing, just holding, but definitely a laggard. And then cotton, as I said, is one of my favorites. After that big double bottom through the bottom of the channel, breakout, sideways, and a short squeeze in the offing, perhaps. And then going to VIX. VIX had its tiniest day yesterday after a big move in the markets. No reaction to the VIX. Markets kept on going up, and that was the first clue that we may have a bullish outcome after that terrible PPI result. Who knows? 10-year yield just ticking up yesterday, nothing today, and TLT moving down. We got out of that one for profit, and I won't be getting back into that one, I don't think. Maybe long, if anything. Have a great weekend, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch me live on Ola Prime later on today, and make sure to subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to the channel. There are some links below the video for some free stuff which you can grab for yourself right now. Just click on those links below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
I'm James the Hedgehog, sharp with the spread. Spikes on my back, Bloomberg in my head. Small frame, big brain, live on the floor. Running these charts like a four-legged law. Delta neutral when I strut the ring. Arbitrage flex with a volatility swing. You panic in red, I sip tea in green. Wrist so tight, it squeaks on screen.
The hedge fund funk, he don't play no game. Sharp little creature in the capital lane. Market rolls over, he curls up tight, then pops out, swinging with the breakout bite. A hedge fund funk, spines on point, lines so clean, they print the joint. James got